Assalamu alaikum, my friends, my brothers, my sisters, normal people, people who want to be better and who want to have better things in life, in this life and in the ultimate life, which will be everlasting. Another one from the series of about our relationship goals and criteria of how to find suitable, good partner in life, good wife, good husband. And again, like I said, I want to make it useful not only for the Muslims, but also for people who don't believe, even though they're going to be rewarded for their good deeds only in this life, not in the eternal, ultimate life. So the second criteria that we discussed was having a good character, which is defined as an inborn qualities that a person might have or acquire in early childhood before they even get some education. It could be, for example, kindness, a natural born like calmness of the character. It could be good mood and uplifted, spirit. It could be like easygoing, for example, when someone forgives easily and doesn't hold a grudge for too long. Someone who is willing to go to compromise, and find the common solution to a problem, benefiting both parties. Qualities like that, maybe bravery, maybe like natural, like agility of mind, something inborn, something not trained, something that came with the person. It's like those qualities that didn't have to be trained in the person. Those are on the second place after the belief, after the common set of beliefs, when we're choosing our life partner, and rightfully so, because no matter how trained, how well educated we might be, nature and the laws of nature created by Allah are very strong. They're unbreakable. You cannot, no matter how many times you try to jump off the roof, you are not going to fly. I mean, every single time you're going to crash. You're going to crash because there's gravity. You cannot deny gravity unless you create specific conditions around it, like maybe high up in the space or something. So laws of nature, they're not only applicable physical, biological, chemical laws, there are also tons of sociological laws of the societies, of large groups of people. Many laws of nature apply to them as well. Demographics, economics is another discipline. And what is a natural law? Is a law that cannot be influenced by a person, by any single person. It exists on its own, created by a wiser force. In our case, we believe it's created by a higher being, the supreme, our ruler, our owner, and our sustainer, Allah. May be He exalted above everything that people associate with Him. So, natural born qualities, it is also those qualities to which many influencers, many relationship coaches, and let's say like dating coaches, they try to direct their audiences towards looking for those inborn qualities, like easy character, easygoing character, kindness, for example, submissiveness and love in women, and mildness of the character, or bravery and kind of roughness, or coolness of character in man, you know and they motivate it because they say it's all like play of testosterone or estrogen or progesterone, whatever hormones affect the character. I mean, we're not going to go into the chemistry because it's not the goal and purpose of this conversation. That's where most coaches, most dating coaches and influencers talking about relationships, that's where they stop. That's their ultimate goal. They say you got to find someone with good inborn characteristics. And yes, it is extremely valuable because they're inborn. They exist even when the person is not trying. Like, for example, if there is a conflict and someone said something bad, let's say a husband said something bad to his wife. Naturally, after a couple of hours of anger, she grows milder, and then she kind of forgives him and like uh, let it pass by, let it go, and she lets it go and talks to him again, and it's fine. And she's not even trying because it's like natural. So yeah, everyone's trying to, like, people who think they're wise, they're trying to look for those qualities, which is great. I mean, but we know that there is another level above those qualities. It's the belief, where you force yourself to act according to your belief, regardless of how you feel. But that's another level of being great partner and great person. So let's focus on on those inborn qualities. I mean, what are we talking about? Well, they always hinted like that submissiveness of a woman, masculinity of a man. I mean, yes, those are all great, and I mean, no man likes masculine woman, and no woman tolerates like submissive and like feminine man when they look for each other. That's a given. I mean, you can't deny that. I mean, nobody likes like their own copy, for example. Um, uh, how important the importance of that is exactly at the second spot, because when you find someone like that, means that they already don't have to be trained. You don't have to argue with them about training some good manners or some specific qualities, some specific ways of dealing with people, because it's already inborn. They're already like lighthearted, for example, or a man, it could be like, you know, easygoing, smiling person, always lifting up, cracking jokes, always, bringing good mood in the family. It's like inborn, or maybe acquired in early childhood. All right. Here we again, but still, we're talking about why it is not the ultimate quality to look for. And we will talk about the other criteria later on. This is a great criteria, yes, but it's not the only one to look for, because as anything natural, it depends on other ingredients in the system. It may be a play of hormones, which changes in time. When people grow older, they have different hormone composition than when they're young. So also when they take some sort of drugs, like even medical drugs, like prescribed drugs, they may change the composition of their hormones and their moods. I mean, many medications affect moods, they affect character, and even people would think that they, for example, irritated on their own, while it's only an effect of a certain medication. Okay, so as anything natural, it may also be affected in natural ways. And since it's not trained, the person who may have difficult time recognizing when those patterns deteriorate, become worse, and when it's time to step in and go on despite something evil or bad arising in you, and to continue being good and being acceptable despite of feeling sad, and for example, or abandoned, or any kind of feeling that negative feeling you may feel. So that's the plus side. In the same time, it's a downside of the natural inborn character. uh, but overall, It's a second criteria. It's very useful for both the believers and people who disbelieve in choosing lifetime partner, because natural born good qualities are rare. I mean, they're not so easy to find, especially in a modern day and age when young kids get used to all kinds of devices and games and like mind altering, not even substances, mind altering experiences with the screen devices, with video games, with certain activities, I don't know, and lack of peers in the street, lack of communication, lack of social skills. So all those may affect character from the very early age. And that's why it's very rare our day and age to find someone who has a fantastic character, could back down when there is a conflict and have some sort of a compromise, or when it's needed to stand their ground and protect their own, protect their mate, protect their family and kids. Also maybe kind-hearted, maybe remorseful for something they did in their own way. Yes, those are great qualities to find, but like I said, they it's not they there is a reason why they're in the second place, not in the first, because good belief systems still much higher value than inborn qualities, that natural born qualities. Yet we have nice manners and good manners and acceptable behavioral patterns, trained patterns that people may have, which could be very sought for, sought after. That would be our third criteria that we would discuss later on, maybe in the next lecture. But here we go. So natural born qualities, character of a person. We don't know what influences it. We don't know how it appears, how it comes to be, but it's usually people are born like that. They're born either, pretty much, agitated or kind or brave or cowardly or something like that. And it rarely changes over the time unless you work on it specifically under your understanding of or your belief system, or you work on it superficially, acquiring good manners in order to keep your standing in the society and among the peers, among the mates. So you could find a good person, good significant other. And let's talk about that third group, that third criterion, which is manners, acquired manners, which yes, they are superficial, but nevertheless, that criteria is extremely strong, and there is a reason why it's in the third place, because it's kind of one of the three mandatory things to look for when you're looking for someone. Everything else comes after it. So let's stop here, and good luck. And remember, nice characters are hard to find. It's there, there a lot. There are a few and the far in between. So if you find something with a nice character, appreciate those people, even if they are not your one person or lifetime mate. Appreciate those people because it's rare. Okay, thank you, and peace be upon you, and behave and be really good and nice and be kind.